All right. Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? All right. Stupid Windows. All right. Come on, what's going on here? I don't know if any of this is working right now. Windows took an update, and now I can't even see the chat. Let me go in here. Everything is lagging really, really bad. Let me bring it up on the computer. All right. On the phone. All right. So, all right, cool. That seems like it did it. All right, I apologize for that. Windows just pushed the spring update, and apparently it changed a bunch of settings on the computer. It was working on my end. It just wasn't pushing through the stream. So I reset it, and it seems to be working. So, sorry about that. So I see you got Wood Pigeon Outdoors. I've got Larry Johnson's here. Forest and Streams, Happy Trails, Yankees Outdoor Adventures, Triumph Screen Printing. Wood Pity Man is here, and did I miss anybody? I don't know. My computer is frozen again on there, so I'm not sure. I'm gonna have to look at the chat through the phone. Mid-T and Outdoors is here. If I missed anybody, I apologize. I also apologize for the noise. I got the window open because we're actually having spring, and this room goes from being the coldest room in the winter to the hottest room in the summer. And there's my awesome neighbor with his car and his no muffler. So, Triumph, you just had a birthday this week. Happy birthday. I saw it on somebody posted on Instagram, and I missed it. So, happy birthday. I still don't know what's going on. There we go. It's kind of trying to work. It's kind of trying. I don't know. Ever since last week, when I try to run a stream, the Google Chrome, everything else freezes. It's the weirdest thing. So, I go to live chat here. I'm in live chat. Forest and Streams says these technical difficulties. It reminds me of how work has been this week. Yeah, this kind of stuff drives me nuts. I thought I had the freezing issue fixed from last week. Before I got everything started, I did a test stream. Everything was working. And then it wasn't working. So I'm going to try to keep up with the chat here. I got going in two places. So don't really have anything planned for this week. I did start working on a backpack. This is as far as I've gotten so far. I've gotten some panels sewn into the back, and this fabric is way too light, so it's stretching. So I don't know. I got to mess around with that some more. Was kind of hoping to have that ready for next week, but I don't think I'm going to. Yeah, Mid-10 Outdoors says you guys 85 down there. I think it was like in the 80s here today. We just had a pretty nice little storm out there. But yeah, it was Monday. Yeah, Monday I was over in Minnewaska State Park, and it snowed, and it snowed hard. And then the past 2 days has been in the 80s. So it's absolutely insane. Dragon's Trails, same here. Yep. Yeah, let's give Triumph Screen Printing a thumbs up, and everybody say happy birthday to him. Wood Pigeon says you don't have snow in your yard. No, we don't have any snow in our yard, but it did snow pretty good. Oh boy, I don't know what just happened. Everything just went black. So I don't know if this is. Let me see if this is still working. Yeah, I see Beer Belly Traveler just showed up. Trying to catch up here. I think I'm still working here. This is insane. I'm having all kinds of technical issues. I've got this is what I got going on. I can see if I can turn this camera down. My screen here is blank. I don't know if that's coming through, but it's just a blank screen right now. So I'm kind of flying blind. I can see my monitor over here, but YouTube just completely crashed. So I have no idea. This makes for a crappy stream when you don't know if you're actually working or not. So anybody got anything planned for the weekend? Any big plans? Looks like we're supposed to have some snow, or not snow. Supposed to have some rain here tomorrow, maybe Sunday, and other than that, looks pretty decent. Yeah, this has got me all messed up here. I apologize. Let's see. All right, everybody's saying happy birthday. So I went to Minnewaska State Park. Went there a couple years ago. It snowed on Monday, like I said, and then we did a hike around Minnewaska Lake, and then hiked over at the High Peters Kill Trail. We were gonna go up to the ridge where they found that woolly mammoths used to use as a migration path, but the rain started picking up, and the trail was a little slick, so we turned around and came back. If you see surprised looks on my face, it's just my screen is doing all kinds of crazy stuff here. Well, Pity Man's got the boat building videos. I saw those come up. I have not. I've been in kind of a not really a YouTube blackout, but I really haven't been doing much in the way of internet stuff for the past 2 weeks. Kind of taking a break from it. Got a couple videos that I'm working on. I got one for tomorrow. It's a real short one, but I got so much to catch up on for watching videos. I've been doing a lot of Instagram. That's about it though. So I apologize if I'm falling behind everybody's videos. Triumph says you're clear and sound great. Keep it going. Thanks, man. I seriously have no idea what's going on with all this. My screen is things are popping up and shutting down, and now I got YouTube back up, but I have no idea. I'm gonna have to really mess with this. Minnewaska was cool, and Dragon has a trip planned for the Catskills next week that I'm going to tag along on. So excited for that. I love going up the Catskills, love doing hiking, and I've never left from where you say you want to go from, so that's going to be pretty cool. Let's see, what's everybody got going on here? You're not watching our video? No, man. With Pigeon asked why I'm not watching the videos. Yeah, I'm sure those of you who do videos a lot, you just kind of hit a wall a little bit. So it gets hard to keep answering comments every day and putting up video. Like I said, there was like 3 weeks in a row where I put up a video almost every day. So I've been trying to let that calm down a little bit and just putting up like a video or two a week for the past 2 weeks, just to give myself a little bit of a break. I'll be back in the swing of it though. I've been working on a lot of other stuff too, so it's not like I've been doing nothing. Let's see what we got here. Try to do this and not be looking down at the table. Let me pause the video there. Hat Trails says he really loved the Instagram post. Thank you very much. I've been messing around with Instagram. I've noticed that if you do, I always like doing like the 16:9 style photos. It's a more widescreen. It seems more cinematic, or cinematic. We'll go with that. But I've noticed that if you do the 16:9, the letterbox style, they don't perform as well on Instagram. I've gone to the square pictures or long rectangular, like 16:9, but on side, and they get a lot more. It seems like they get a lot more traffic. It's weird. Ooh, excuse me. It's really weird. So I've been messing around with that. With this camera phone, with the phone camera on this phone, it's been a lot of fun taking pictures. So I've really been kind of getting into it. Yeah, Triumph says, I hear you. Burnout is imminent. Yeah, it kind of sucks. But I got into like a pattern doing videos. I could do a 2-day trip and sit down and edit the video in like less than a day because I just had this pattern down, and I'm trying to break that up a little bit and try some new stuff, and just keep the videos changing and evolving. So Wipity says, know where you're coming from. Yeah, I really want to see, Wipity, I want to see that boat build though, because you're just making like a drift boat, right? That's good. That's got to be pretty cool. Wood Pigeon says, doing good, man. Keep it up. Thank you very much. Yep, Triumph. Dragon and Triumph are talking about the Catskills. Awesome area up there. I think that's what they're talking about. Wood Pigeon says, the best for YouTubers roll with the punches. I don't know if I'm the best YouTuber. Definitely not. But yeah, just you got to take a break because all the. I think I was talking about last week. I'm using a service called IFTTT. If this then that, and it allows for synchronization between all your platforms. So if you've got an Instagram account, a Twitter account, a Facebook account, a YouTube account, and a WordPress account, you got all this stuff. You can have it look for a post on Instagram and have it posted to Twitter for you instantly. You can have it when you post a video, you can have it posted to your Facebook page or your WordPress page or even to Twitter. So it's kind of nice that it automates that stuff. So I've been doing that, and it's so if you see on Twitter, I had a couple weird things happen with that where it was posting the photos I was putting on Instagram for like a week, and then it just stopped posting the photos. I got that fixed, but it's pretty nice, and it does help free up some time with all the social media accounts. Happy Trails Hiking bought a truck this week for our camping hiking adventures. Very cool. Now, is it like a closed cab truck, or are you going to turn it into like a camper, or is it just a truck so you can carry more stuff? Wood Pigeon says, Jill and I are talking about what we're doing for 2019. One of the biggest things will be a DIY if everything falls into place. Nice. Travis says, bloopers are cool, but better when they're funny. Yeah. Cool. So I was going to bring up here, I forgot to grab it. I don't see Last Grown Up in the Woods in here, but went to the mailbox the other day and had a sticker from Carly in the mail. So I got that. So I sent off her sticker. Got the sticker sent off to you, Mid-TN Outdoors, Patrick. Yours is sent out. I only go over to the post office like once a week, so it seemed like that was delayed. That's just post office is not fun to go to. Pamela Gonzalez is here. Thanks for stopping by. Trying to see if I missed anybody real quick. Pamela, you got here at the right time because I've been having all kinds of technical issues. Just absolutely insane. Adam Z is here. What's going on, Adam Z? Happy Trails, a Toyota Tundra crew cab. Very nice. Yeah, Triumph, Last Grown Up in the Woods, their sticker is very, very cool. And I feel bad. I'm sending people these things, and these things are so crappy compared to the stickers that other people are sending me. I feel so bad. I'm going to have to make nicer ones next time. Hike with Mike is here. What's going on, Mike? And with Pity, are you taking off? If you are, thank you for stopping by. Yeah, Dragon got a good blooper of me when we were over at Loyal Sock over at the old Loggers Path. I don't know what happened. My feet just stopped working, and almost fell right in the river. I'm actually glad you got that because I want to see what happened. It just looked like I put my feet down and they weren't there. Gail Crabtree is here. Hey, Gail, how you feeling? Happy Trails doesn't even have stickers. As I didn't. I got these made from Shutterfly. They're pretty nice. They're in a big sheet, so I got to cut them down, but it's not that bad. They're decent, but some of the ones like mid-TN, your stickers are awesome. They're like the die cut stickers. Those turned out really, really cool. The ones that Rocket and Fitchick sent are more like decals. They're like removable. They're pretty cool. Mine are just crappy old stickers. Adam's asking how many shirts I've sold. Which ones? I got the. I just did the. Well, I did the KZO shirts. I did a couple of those. I think I sold like 10 or 12 of those. Not a ton. Got paid from Amazon on them though, so that's good. And then I just started selling the Hemlock Mountain Outdoor shirts, which I just started selling like 2 days ago. And I haven't looked to see if I sold any of those. A bunch of people are talking about them, asking about them. And Hemlock Mountain Outdoors is the little company I'm starting up. So that's going slow, but I'm going to have to kick it into gear here at some point. I keep losing my chat on the phone too. Come on, stay there. There we go. Oh, lots of stuff going on. M the Gang is here. Wait, no, I did not see M the Gang. I just saw somebody talking about it. M the Gang got hers from Shutterfly too. The stickers, yeah, they're pretty nice. They're not die cut or anything, but they're pretty cool. So Mid-TN Outdoors got his from a place called Sticker Wrap. I'll have to look into that. Wood Pigeon went dumpster diving with a buddy yesterday. Did you find anything good? Triumph does not have stickers, just shirts. You could probably screen print stickers, right? If you got sticky paper, you could screen. Just an idea. Happy Trails needs a sunset one. Post a link again on Twitter. The shirts, I'll put it up there. Dragon Trails wants some comedy. You need to see Panda's new video. She put up a new one, or is it not out yet? Like I said, I haven't been paying attention to YouTube, so let me know. I will let everybody else know. This is weird watching the chat on the phone. Adam Z, Hemlock Mountain Outdoors. Hemlock Mountain Outdoors. Shirts up to your elbows, says Triumph. Yes, Wood Pigeon. Thank you to everybody for being here. For those of you that are hitting that thumbs up button, thank you very much. Happy Trails, talking to Gail. Skinny G Panda's here. No blooper in my new video, just me being as normal and weird as usual. Nothing wrong with that. Wood Pigeon found a couple things in the dumpster. And Dragon says Panda G's new video is out now. So very cool. I'll have to check that out. Okay. So this is really... That's a loud bird. Over the bird in the car with no muffler. This guy's like clockwork, I'm telling you. It's... Yep. Right around 7:30 he starts up. Yesterday was bike night over at the bar. Super loud here. Lots of fun. So I'm going to do a video coming up on my summer gear loadout for my backpack. I use a different backpack, and obviously I carry different gear. So I'll have that out at some point. I got to pack up for a trip next week, so maybe I'll do it for that. Oh, this phone is driving me nuts when it keeps on changing orientation. Just stay like that. There we go. Oh, the sounds in this town. I hope that's not the same person who stays over at the bar and their alarm goes off every 20 minutes. Heiko likes it sounds like a cardinal. It could be a cardinal, or it could be there's a mockingbird that sits out here and he can pretty much imitate about 35 different birds. I was out there listening to him yesterday. He was insane. He was doing crows. He was doing cardinals. He was doing phoebes. He was doing robins. It sounded like he was doing like a telephone or something. It was crazy. That bird is insane. Pamela Gonzalez, you've been taking some awesome photos. Thank you very much. Yeah, I kind of get into photography every once in a while, and with the, like I said before, with the camera on this phone, it does most of the work. So I just got to find cool places and hit a button, and it does a good job. But thank you, I appreciate it. Emna Gang is here. How you doing, Emna Gang? So you just had the new collaboration you put out, the Wildlife Wednesdays. Haven't gotten the chance to watch any of them, but it sounds pretty cool. How many people did you get involved in the collaboration? And Emma Gang says mockingbirds are her favorite. Yes, they are very cool. There's at least 2 that live right in around my house. And right across the street, there's a doctor's office, and they got this weird kind of shrub that hangs over. And it's just starting to bloom, but there's always 2 different kinds of birds. Ones that live there in the summer and ones that live there in the winter. But the mockingbird was hanging out in that shrub yesterday until the other little birds came and kicked them out. But very, very cool. I think they're goldfinches that are over there. But very, very cool to have that here. I also have a robin that lives in my backyard, right behind my. There's a tree right behind my bedroom, a pine tree, and lives either in that tree or very close to it. And it wakes up at about 3 o'clock in the morning, so I always know what time it is. So you had seven videos for the first one. Very cool. I haven't really been. When I'm hiking, I don't see a whole lot of wildlife that I can capture on video because I'm using the GoPro. So if they're not right like here to the GoPro, you can't even make them out. So I really haven't been catching a lot of wildlife. I got a bee the other day. That was kind of cool. Triumph says, I hope the bird doesn't start imitating the car alarm. It doesn't imitate that one, but a couple years ago we did have one that would imitate the like when you activate your alarm, like the beep beep. It would sit out there and do that, and people would be looking out. It was crazy. We had one where I grew up that used to imitate. Now I'm talking when I was we're talking like 20, 30 years ago, when we didn't have cell phones. You had a cordless phone in the house. We lived out in the middle of the country, and we had a mockingbird that imitated our cordless phone, and we would be out on the property. And we'd take the phone out as far from the base station as we could get it, and we'd leave it there if we're doing yard work or something like that. And if it rang, we'd just go grab it and then walk in closer to the base station. That mockingbird would make the same sound as that phone, and we'd go over and pick it up, and it was the mockingbird. It was insane. It was actually pretty cool, but it used to make my father so mad. So mad. Michael Freyer's here. Very cool. What's going on, Mike? Emma Gang, talking to Adam Z. Have Charles play the guitar behind you? Maybe I will. Adam Z has 2 different robins keep ramming your windows. They're crazy. Emma Gang says we're the same way. We barely see wildlife unless we go out looking for it. Yeah, I mean, you can, like when I'm kayaking, you see all kinds. You see birds. We saw the video I'm putting up tomorrow. There's like some ospreys. There's an eagle. I don't think I got the heron. There's geese. There's ducks. There's all kinds. But they're like this big. I was using the phone, but the zoom on the phone isn't. It's digital zoom on the phone, so it's not great. I might have to start carrying my Nikon with me again. When I'm in the kayak, because that's got at least a little bit of optical zoom, and it did a little better. So I might start carrying that with me in the kayak again. But when I lived in Florida, I had an old, it was a Kodak P850. It looked like a DSLR, but it was a point and shoot, but it had a huge lens on it. And it had this incredible processor. I mean, it didn't shoot great photos today to today's standards, but for back then it did really really well. And when you were fully optical zoom was like 12 power, and then it had some crazy, it had like 52 times digital zoom. Like you could almost zoom in on something that was like a quarter mile away, and it was good enough to correct for the blurring that you get with the digital zoom. It actually did a really good job at that. I dropped that in the ocean. That was into that. But yeah, I don't have a camera that has that kind of zoom anymore, that kind of focal power, and I don't carry my DSLR with me because it's not even close to being waterproof, so I don't need to destroy that. Adam saw the pic of the bee, thought it was a spider at first. Yeah, no, that was right on my porch too. I was just sitting out there yesterday morning, having my coffee and enjoying the sun, and there was a bee. It looks like he just came out of the nest for the first time. His wings were still not fully formed, so he was just kind of chilling out on my porch. I like bees, wasps and hornets not so much, but bees are you know, I will save bees if I see them, especially kayaking. You see them in the water all the time. If they're alive, I scoop them up, let them dry out on the kayak. Bees are important, so I make sure I save them. Travis says that was a fat bee. He was a very fat bee, or she. It was a very fat bee. I'll say it was a very fat bee. Chris Aconi, I had a cardinal last fall attacking our windows. My sister she lived in Virginia. She lived right outside of Williamsburg, and they were cardinals or blue jays, but they would attack the mirrors on their cars to the point where they would kill themselves by flying into the mirrors. So they had to actually get like covers to put over the mirrors of their car, their truck, and their camper because they kept on coming out the dead birds next to their car. Crazy. Wood Pigeon's asking for suggestions for a blooper reel. Most of my videos are blooper reels. Cardinals used to hit the windows all the time in Illinois. I wonder why they do. I wonder if they see their reflection and they're going after it. They're pretty aggressive birds. 1 or 2 dead every month. Yeah, they are pretty aggressive birds. Chris Aconi did a video of it every day. It came like clockwork. That's pretty cool. Emna Gang says our camera is digital and does a great job zooming in. If you saw off-road video, you can tell how well it zoomed in. I apologize. I still haven't watched the off-road video. I go on. I think I've been on like 4 times to go in, answer some comments, and then I just kind of get off. Hopefully next week I'll be out of my YouTube funk and I'll be back to normal. Dragon's Trail are doing that to sliding doors. They must see their reflection. That's what I'm thinking. Cardinals used okay, yeah. So 1 or 2 days every month. Hike with Mike says all animals are important. They all play a role in nature. I agree on everything except for ticks. I don't mind snakes. I don't mind bees. Like hornets and wasps, I won't go out of my way to kill them, but I don't want them near me. Spiders don't bother me. Ticks, I hate ticks. I hate them. Mid-TN Outdoors had a red hornet sting me on the hard part of the ear. So let me ask you something. I think that's what we used to get down in Florida when I lived down there. They're like little red and black with maybe a little white on them, like little hornet bee looking things. And when I got stung by like 3 of them down there, it almost felt like you got electrocuted right there. It was, oh wow, it was painful. It really hurt. Triumph says we got a ton of bats flying around in town lately. Must have been a mild spring. Don't normally see them like this. I love bats. We used to get them on our property growing up, and I used to go sit back by our pond, and you get a lot of bugs and stuff flying around, and just sit there, and they just like buzz. They get like this close to you, and they were pretty cool, like bats. Triumph says ticks are punks. Yes, they are. Chris Coney says ticks suck literally. Wood Pigeon, good country song. Check out the song Check You for Ticks. Hike with Mike asked about velvet ants. No, velvet ants. I've seen velvet ants, and those are actually a wingless bee. I think they're like. Is that the ones I'm thinking of? Or are those cow ants? They're like red and black and fuzzy. They're actually like a wingless bee. We used to have what are those things? Bull ants and fire ants down in Florida. Those, oh, fire ants suck. But yeah, these are like little red and black wasps or bees. Oh, hey. There's lots of velvet ants in Florida, but they're actually wasps. Yeah, that might be the ones I'm thinking of. Yeah, they're like black and red and fuzzy, right? I remember seeing one of those. I was at Canaveral National Seashore, rented a campsite out on an island. So you basically are just on this little island by yourself. And there was a couple of them out there, and they're just kind of running around. They won't. I don't think they're super aggressive, but if you mess with them, apparently they're very painful when they sting you. So what kind of crazy bugs do people have around them? Up here we get cicadas, we get earwigs or pincher bugs, depending on what you call them. We don't get a whole lot of crazy weird bugs up here. We get some weird looking mosquitoes that are huge. Yeah, Chris Coney says velvet ants scary. Yeah, I think those are the ones I'm thinking of. That are like super painful when they sting you. Kind of hoping that Mockingbird shows up out here while we're recording. Sloan's Wilderness Expeditions is here. What's going on? Catfish and I walked into a hornet's nest while hiking Big South Fork last year. Still hasn't let me forget about that. Yeah, hornets are nasty. They're just mean. Dragon's Trails, the hills from the fire ants can be pretty big. My aunt and uncle in Mississippi had them all over their property. Yeah, when I used to do cable down there, we had these a lot of underground developments, and the pedestals, the underground enclosures that the cable would be in. We had these ones that were called bread boxes, and they were like 3 feet long and maybe 2 feet wide and 2 feet high. They were pretty big, and I went to one of those, opened it up, and it was like it was like making a sand castle. Like those little forms. It was just perfectly shaped like the shell, and it was a red ant's nest. I had to get in there. I had to go get the hose from the customer's house and just kind of pressure wash the ants out of there. I wasn't about to stick my hands in that big of a red ant's nest or a fire ant nest. I've been stung by them, well, bitten by them. They really suck. Bullet ants are the bad boys. Feels like you've been shot. I don't think we have those on the East Coast. Adam Z, how much camping gear can you fit in your kayak? I can fit a lot of gear in my kayak. I specifically got that kayak because it's got the decking and the shock cord on the decking. So I can put, let's see, when I went to the Adirondacks a couple years ago, we went to Lake Saranac. I was able to fit my entire hammock setup, my tent that we used for storage, and a place to change, firewood, food. I can fit quite a bit of stuff in there. I did it on my smaller kayak down in Florida. I was able to fit. That was before I started hammock camping, but I was able to fit my entire, tent, sleeping bag, air mattress, a chair, cook stove. My stove wasn't as small back then. You can fit quite a bit of stuff in there. If you're going for a few days or you're going somewhere where you got a portage, you probably want to do a canoe. But if you're going to be in one body of water, the kayak you can fit a lot of stuff in there. Trent says, answer punks too. Hike with Mike. Love bugs. I think there are only love bugs. Oh yeah, you know what? You don't see those up north. I think they're only a Florida thing. They show up every October and May, and they are all over your car. I remember we used to get those, and it looked kind of like they're like a small, like beetle-looking thing. Almost look like a lightning bug, but they're a little bit smaller, and they're always attached at the butt. not a joke. They're always attached to the butt, and they just fly around like that. And they love water and anything that they're attracted to, anything that's white. So we used to drive like on I-4 from like Sanford, Altamont area back over to like Orange City, the land, Daytona, and you come over the bridge and they just be like clouds. You almost couldn't see through them. They're insane, insane bugs. I forgot about those. It was like it was snowing bugs. It was crazy. Skinny G Panda says stink bugs suck. Yes, they do. I think that was a stink bug we saw at Loyal Sock, but it was bright green. It was crazy. I wish I got a picture of that. Leaf bug we saw was cool looking. Just a big green stink bug. Yeah, that's the one we saw. Yeah, we get stick bugs around here. We get praying mantises around here. Actually, I had a praying mantis on my house last year. It was really cool. We have stink bugs and assassin bugs in Maryland, says Chris Aconi. Yeah, assassin bugs, I think we get them occasionally around here. If they're the ones I'm thinking of. There was one at our shop, the place I used to work a couple years ago. We used to get a lot of lunar moths around here. I haven't seen one in a while. And I've already seen what are they called, the gypsy moths, the tent caterpillars. I've already seen them starting to make nests. Skinny G Panda says, what are those white bugs that are annoying at night under the lights in the summer? Those type of bugs suck too. I don't know. Like there's a bunch of them. Yeah, moths. Adam Z says moths. There's moths. There's I think they all look white when the lights are reflecting off them. And the gang says we have tons of praying mantises here. We have lots of bugs in North Carolina. Yeah, I saw I think at least two praying mantises last year, which is cool because they're not always easy to spot. The one on my house, which was super easy to see, and then I was at this little lake out by the town of Tunkhannock, in like towards central PA, and or not in central, but out that way, closer to central PA than here. And I was putting the kayak in the water, and I just kind of turned around, and it just caught my eye, and there was a praying mantis sitting there just chilling out in the weeds. Really, really cool. Dragon Trail says mayflies, probably the ones that are in lights. Yeah, mayflies, they're annoying too. All bugs. That's why they call them bugs, because they bug you. Yeah, I'm surprised I don't have bugs in here because I don't have a screen in this window, so it's just open. I usually take, if I'm going to be in here, I move the screen I have in there over this window. I don't know if you heard that. All right, so Adam Z was infested with praying mantises last fall. Wow. Mid-TN says nothing like walking down a trail and walking right into a spider web, right to the face. It doesn't matter who's in front of you, where you go, how many people have been on a trail, or what time of year it is. I always walk into spider webs. Always. Always, always, always. I could walk down a trail, turn around, walk back, and walk into a spider web. It's insane. And I don't really mind spiders, but, you know, so many times you can walk into a spider web and it not be annoying. Down in Florida, we used to get these golden orb weavers. They were pretty big. They got about, with their leg span was about like this. And they didn't really bother people, but they would set up like right over hiking trails. So I got a lot of really cool pictures of these, but their webs are super strong. They make one strand that is super, super strong, and then they build everything off of that. And you'd walk into some of those strands, and actually had one take my hat off once. That's not even a lie. Spiderweb took my hat off. Hike with Mike says, I love walking into webs on the trail. It means I'm the first one on trail, and I have it to myself. That's not always the case. Those suckers are fast. That's what Dragon Trail says they build webs very fast. Chris Coney says need your spider web cotton candy stick. Orb weaver web is nasty. Yeah, that's what I used to do. I used to pick up a stick and walk. After I walked in about 5 or 6 of them, and I realized that it was just going to be that kind of a day, I'd have a stick in front of me, and I just walk like this down the trail, waving a stick in front of me, hoping I caught them all. He says eat small children. I've never heard of them eating small children, Chris, but they are pretty big. I had one that lived in my outside my kitchen window down there, and it built the web. And I watch it build it, and I watched it catch flies, which is great because it was eating all the bugs outside my house. And then it would go through, it would cut half the web down along that one thick strand. It'd cut half the web down. It would wad it up in a ball, and it would hang it down off the bottom of the nest, and then it would rebuild that side of the nest as it was catching stuff in the old side. And then once it got that done, it would go over and it would catch everything out of there, and it would take that side of the web down, and it would hang out over here, and it would slowly rebuild that side. And it just kept on going back. It was in my window for like months. It was pretty cool. Very interesting to see how they did that. Pamela Gonzalez says I have to drive, but I'm listening. Okay, well, yeah, don't do anything dangerous. It's just me babbling. M the Gang says we had a yellow orb weaver as a pet on our porch for a few winters. Oh wow. The kids would catch bugs and feed it to them. Yeah, to her. Yeah, they're actually really cool spiders, and I don't know how long they live for, but that one I had was there for a while. I think that I was renting the house, and I think the guy who cut the grass was getting freaked out by him. I think he got it out of there. You know, I told him not to. I told him to leave it. He wasn't cutting the grass by where that was. He just was afraid of spiders. Chris Coyce's web replacement is really cool to watch. Yeah, if you've never seen that, it's really, really cool to watch. I wish that I had the camera technology back then that I have today, because I would have got some really cool time lapse and slow motion and some really cool stuff watching that orb weaver. We don't have those up here. We just have, I don't even know what kind of spiders we have up here. Little ones. Hike with Mike says it's really cool at night in Florida camping. You would shine the flashlight in the woods and you would see spider eyes shining. Very cool. Yes. Where was I? It was just last year, I think. I think it was last summer out at Francis Slocum State Park, and that happened. And you used to see it all the time down in Florida, but shining a light, and I just caught something real quick, and I kind of walked over to see what it was, and it was a little what do they call it, like little wolf spiders living in the leaves. It's really cool. Happy Trail says, sorry I had to jump out for a minute. Back now. No problem. Thanks for coming back. We are talking about bugs and insects. Bugs and insects. Well, I guess bugs are insects. Bugs, spiders, flies, moths, anything like that. Anything like that. And that pretty much caught me up on the chat. All right, so I'll put this down and it'll change again. Still, that chat is the only way I know anything's working, because this is still completely frozen. I don't know what's going on with it. My chat's gone. Oh, there it is. That just popped back. I wonder if I minimize this. Oh, shouldn't have done that. All right, Happy Trail says, just treated our clothes for insects this weekend. Yeah, I got to do another set. I've got one set of hiking clothes that I've got done up with permethrin, and I want to do another set so I can switch them off. Every bug except for litter bugs. Yeah, I don't like litter bugs. Adam Z asks if anyone carries an EpiPen with them when hiking. I do not. In case of a bee sting or anything. I don't. Some of the guys I used to work with doing cable used to carry EpiPens with them because they were allergic. We had a limited number of them at our company, but I would always make sure that somebody who was allergic to them had it. If I get stung by a bee, I got stung by a bee. It just hurts. That's all. But yeah, that can be dangerous if you're allergic and you get stung when you're out. Well, my chat's kind of working over there. Dragon's Trail says it would be probably a good idea if you have an allergy for that bad. Yeah, actually, probably wouldn't be a bad idea to carry one in case you come across somebody who doesn't know they're allergic and they get stung. I imagine if you've never been stung before and you didn't know if you're allergic or not and you're out, I mean, you should probably know that before you hit the trail, but I don't know. Oh, come on. Mid-TN carries Afterbite. I think my first aid kit has some of that in her. I remember when I was a kid, we used to have it was like in a big stick. Skinny G Panda, I don't. The EpiPen is super expensive. Even a generic sucks in cost. Yeah, yeah. Unfortunately, that's kind of how things are in the U.S. If you really need it, it's really expensive. Chris Aconi says I was going to carry a Epi due to my alpha gal before I got. I'm not sure what happened with that one. M Gang, yeah, they're really expensive, and you have to have a prescription for an EpiPen. Do you? Adam Z says I was allergic to bees when I was younger. Haven't been in years, but my doctor prescribed me one to carry just in case. See, it's weird. Usually, the older you get, the more allergic you become, which is weird. And Skinny G Panda says yes, the script is needed. All right, so much for carrying one just in case somebody needs it. But yeah, I'm allergic to sunflower seeds, and I never used to be. And I was told that allergies get worse the older you get. But who knows? You never know. They don't know. One day eggs are bad for you, one day eggs are good for you. Nobody knows. All right. Oh, come on. Stop doing that. There we go. So, all right. So it's like 7:53. I'll probably go for a little bit after 8 since I had all kinds of issues with the beginning of this. So what I'll probably do, I'll probably make this private, download the file, edit out the beginning where it was a disaster, and then upload it back because that was bad. That was a good 5 minutes and no sound. I'm the gang says think it depends on the type of allergy. As far as if it gets better or worse, that could be. Like it was weird. I may have talked about this before, but I used to eat sunflower seeds all the time when I was a kid, and then Adam asked if I got any hammock orders yet. I have not. Well, I've got 2 that just finished. Well, one was done. I'm just waiting for the guy to actually stop by and pick it up. The other one I got sent up to Canada. Right now, the last thing I got to get is my sales tax permit. Once I get that, then I can really start pushing sales on those. That's why I'm kind of doing the shirts right now, because that's handled through Amazon and they're handling the taxes. So I can do it 1099 through them. So, and I actually, Adam, I reached out to one of I got to look at a couple other ones. So I reached out to one of the Amish sewing factories down there, and another one that just was like, no, I'm not going to answer your question. So that was kind of weird. But yeah, so I was allergic to sunflower seeds, or wasn't, and then was out hiking one day and became allergic to them, or found out I was allergic to them. That kind of sucked. Chris Coney says once you start producing certain antibodies, they tend to increase with additional exposure. Emily Gang says my daughter grew out of her allergy to red number 40. It used to make her break out in hives. She could only eat 6 Twizzlers. Wow. Wow. And she grew out of it. Yeah, so I guess it does depend on what it is. I knew a guy who was allergic to silver, I think, and he wound up working for a guy who was a jeweler, and the guy's like, well, you're gonna have to deal with silver if you're allergic to it. He goes here, and he made him eat a piece of silver, and made him really sick for like not a big piece, but like a small piece of silver. Made him kind of sick for a couple days. He didn't not like horrible, but he didn't feel good. And then ever since then, he's been fine. Probably not the best way to handle that, but yeah, it worked. Dragon's Trails. Oh, retract his message. Adam Z, have you tried working with Cuban fiber yet? I have not, just simply because it's so expensive. Even if you're buying it just like not in, not made, it's super expensive. And honestly, the people I've talked to have had Cuban fiber. It's great, it's light, but it's they haven't been super impressed with it. I've talked to like 4 people now who have had Cuban fiber, and they were like, it's not really worth the 3 times the cost. I mean, if you're really counting grams for weight, I guess it works well. But I mean, I'm using 1.1 ounce sil nylon. That's pretty light, and that tarp I have is huge. That's a 12 by 9, and it's not that heavy, and it packs down pretty small. So I mean, if somebody really wants it, I'll work with it, but they're going to pay for that up front. Absolutely. That stuff's expensive. Dragon's Trail says, as our bodies change, they can pick up or drop general allergies. They say an average of every 7 years. At least that's what a college class said. Well, yeah, I mean, I guess they say that every 7 years, your body basically regenerates all its cells. So yeah, that would make sense. Skinny G Panda says severely allergic to poison ivy. I get it in the wind. Oh wow, and don't even need to touch it. Well, that sucks. That really sucks. I mean, knock on. I got wood around here somewhere. Knock on wood. I've never gotten poison ivy, and I know I've been around it. So hopefully, I stay unallergic to it. Chris Aconi says Cuban is good for sales, for lightweight, but not much else. Yeah, it is lightweight, but you're looking at a couple ounces maybe over the size of a tarp. That's, I don't know, for the price. That it just seems more of like a status symbol. Like, I've got Cuban fiber and you don't. Not something I'm not that concerned about. A couple ounces, really not. Wood Pigeon asked what he missed. Everything. We gave out the winning lottery numbers and everything. He missed it. Wood Pigeon is allergic to aloe vera. Is that a joke? I thought that's supposed to be like the thing that makes you feel better when you're allergic to stuff. Adam Z can roll around in poison ivy. Never had it. Probably don't want to do that to prove a point, but yeah, I'm kind of the same way. Dragon's Trail says Cuban seems best if you're chasing to be the lightest. Yeah, and that's the thing. You could be my summer pack when we did the old Loggers Path. My total weight with everything, and that's not base weight. That's everything with extra clothes, the extra sleeping bag, the extra emergency blanket that I had in there that I made into a quilt, food, water, and camera gear. I was at just a tick under 27 pounds for everything, and that was with extra stuff, with a chair. So yeah, I'm okay with that. So it's in the winter when I'm pushing like 40, 45 pounds. That starts to get annoying after a while. Adam CZ just jinxed himself. Yep. Dragon's Trail says it makes a nice wallet. Are you talking about Cuban fiber or poison ivy? Skinny G says wood. That's not cool. Oh, woodpin. That's not cool. Aloe has so many benefits. So yeah, that kind of sucks if you're allergic to that. Triumph says poison ivy is a punk too. This is the episode where we call out all the punks. Chris Coney, imagine a giant spinnaker sail made from it. Oh my God, man, how much would that cost? That stuff is not cheap. Nature Bound's here. What's going on, Nature Bound? Wood Pitcher says, no, I'm allergic to aloe. It sucks because it's in most of all hygiene products. Yeah, that really sucks. Skinny G says, Adam, you don't want poison ivy. I have to have it. I've had it everywhere and even breathed it in before. It's rough when you get it. Bleach sticks are my friend. Yeah, I know people who have burned poison ivy and breathed in the smoke, and you get poison ivy that way. That cannot be a pleasant experience having poison ivy in your throat and lungs. Nope, not for me. No thanks. Triumph says 27 pounds is super light. Yeah, I was really surprised how light that was, and for me that's really light, and that's like so with extra stuff. So Dragon says the flow fold wallet is Dyneema and Cuban. Yeah, that's yeah, I think you got the same one I got. It's like sail cloth or sail fabric, what do they call it? But I mean, that's you're talking. That's like a little strip. That thing probably still costs about $40 to make. And the biggest punks of all are mosquitoes, says Triumph. I knock on wood again. I haven't seen any mosquitoes yet this year. Natureband says if you're allergic to aloe, you're allergic to everything. Unfortunately. Yeah. And Skinny G says she meant chlorine sticks. Knew what you meant. Adam Z, that's what head nets are for. Oh, okay, for the mosquitoes. Yeah. I've got so much extra screen mesh around. I should probably make a head net. Chris Coney says when he raced, he spent $8,000 a year on sales. That's nuts. What kind of boat did you race? What did you have? Yeah, that's not a bad idea. I do have a lot of extra netting. That guy finally shut his car off? Nope. Nature says mosquitoes up here are so big, we shoot them with the 22. Adam C says when I hiked the Loyal Sock Link Loop last year, was the first time I used the head net. Walking around Soane's Pond was crazy. Yeah, I can imagine. There's a lot of low-lying areas up there around that pond, and being up on the hill, you wouldn't think that would be that wet, but it was very wet when we were up there. Skinny G says mosquitoes in Virginia were really bad. I would visit every summer. Towns there have own sprays that go through the whole community to help calm them down. Yeah. Triumph says kill them all. Yeah, mosquitoes suck. They really do. It's probably going to be, I don't know. It was a weird spring. So it was actually a spring. It was wet. It was kind of cool. So I don't know. I'm kind of nervous about the bug situation this year. Dragon Trail says I used to laugh at head nets, but not anymore. Chris Coney, that was a Capri 30. My current ride is a Tanzer 2025. I race on other people's boats now. Nice. Those, you could have said any names. I don't know much about boats, but very cool. Triumph says you almost breathe the mosquitoes in Alaska. Yeah, you know what? Now that I've got the permethrin, I'm curious to see if that helps. It's supposed to help keep away some of the mosquitoes. No-see-ums are bad too. Yeah, they're not that big of a problem in Pennsylvania. They were in Florida. We do get them occasionally around here, but not as bad. I don't know, maybe they just don't bother me as much. I can be in an area usually that's mosquito infested, and they will generally leave me alone. I'll get a few bites, but other people get eaten alive. Don't know why. Dragon Trail says mine was priceless on the West Rim Trail last year. Oh yeah, Yeah, up around there, I can imagine you need that. Mid-TN says he's got to run. Thanks for the show. You'll have a good one. Thanks, Patrick, for stopping by. Thanks for a sticker too. I got that up on the refrigerator. I'll have to get a picture of that and show that in the next video. Nature Bound says those damn no-see-ums, hate those things. Yeah, those any kind of bug that just seems to want to fly like in your face and up your nose just sucks. Somehow I'm almost back to being in sync on my chat screen on the computer. I can't bring myself to spend $20 on Sea to Summit head net. Those cheap ones from Walmart for $2 work fine. Yeah, Adam, you're paying for the name on that one because the mesh is not that expensive, and I don't know what Sea to Summit does there, so that makes them so special. But they shouldn't be $20. Chris Coyne says he soaks everything in permethrin now. Yeah, I've had permethrin for a couple of years, but this is the first year I actually sprayed down my clothes with it. And it seems to work. When we were out on the old loggers path, there were some bugs flying around, and they were flying past me, but they weren't really bothering me. So hopefully that stuff works. Seems like it does. Wood Pigeon says if it only took an hour to work. Well, if you once you spray it down, it's good for months though. I sprayed it took like 4 hours or so for everything before I would I moved it, would touch it, but worked pretty good. You just gotta keep it away from cats and fish. So if you got cats or pet fish like a fish tank, don't spray it anywhere near them. It will damage their nervous systems. Dragon's Trail says permethrin seems to be a solid way to go. Last summer using it, really noticed the difference. That's encouraging to hear. And Adam Z says I use permethrin all the time. Just don't spray your underwear. Yeah, no. Yeah, don't spray your underwear. And don't put it on like I guess you could put it on a headband, I guess, but I wouldn't. They say your shirt, your pants, your socks. Shirt, pants, and socks. You could probably spray like your backpack. You could probably spray. I mean, I've seen them use it on hammocks and gear like that. That stuff works pretty good. But yeah, 45 days or 9 washes, right? Yeah, that sounds about right. Which is pretty good. Adam says the only problem is when I wash those clothes, it smells like diesel. I haven't noticed that, but I do have oil heat in my house, so I get wafts of oil up from the basement every now and then, so I may just be used to it. I like it. And if it works, I know that who was it? Was it Forest and Streams? We were hiking one day, and it was probably like in March. So the clothes he was wearing, he was hiking in, hadn't been sprayed since like the last season. So they were way past when they should have been no good anymore. And he got a tick on him, and it like I had one on me, and it was crawling around and it was moving. He got one on his pants that was sprayed with permethrin like 6 or 8 months before that, and it was just kind of stuck and it just fell off. So it still worked even after the 45-day period. Oh wow, my chat has caught up. Adam Z says only problem is when wash it smells like diesel. Clothes smell like diesel. Dragon's Trail has done outerwear with it, hammock, tent, and backpack. Wood Pigeon asks, so how about that guitar? Yeah, that's a nice guitar, isn't it? I don't know if I'll play it, though. You got the wrong one. If it stinks, there's a water-based version that's not stinky. Yeah, I think there's like a military version of it. Because my nephew was talking about that stuff, and he said that when they would just have like a big vat of it, put their clothes in there, take it out. They probably, I don't know if they even let it sit as long as they're supposed to be. He said like would burn their skin and stuff. That's not good. Wood Pigeon says there's been a few lives people have been talking about it. For the guitar, A, it's not in tune. B, it's extremely warm in here, and looking at the camera there, you can probably tell I'm sweating right now. My hands are sweating, and that kind of tears my hands up when I'm sweaty and playing guitar. Adam Z says you can actually send your clothes out to a company and they treat it, and it's supposed to last a year. I wonder how much that costs. I don't know. It's weird sending your clothes. Like, are they doing anything to it? I would probably play if I was more in practice, but I'm really not. Adam says he used the Sawyer permethrin in the spray can. In a can or like a spray bottle? Because I use the stuff in the bottle, and I didn't notice that smell. I mean, it smelled when I sprayed it. I didn't notice anything after. I was trying not to really smell it because I don't know how dangerous that is for you to be breathing that stuff in. So is it 8:15? All right. Well, I'm gonna wrap this up. I think 8:15. I haven't made dinner yet. Adam says no. A can, it was cheaper. Ooh, yeah, probably because it's diesel based. I don't know. No, I don't know. Like, I couldn't tell you why it was cheaper. Yeah, the spray stuff, like in the bottle, comes out way like very it soaks your clothes. I don't know if the spray can does that. Dragon Shell says I have homework for next Thursday is the guitar. I mean, I could play songs. I don't have. I'm not prepared to play right now. Yeah, but no, I'm gonna wrap this one up. I'm gonna go make myself some dinner, and start getting ready to pack up for next week and see what the weather's gonna do. But cool. I want to thank everybody for stopping by and watching. I know this one's been kind of a disaster. It started out with all kinds of technical issues, and it just threw me off from the get-go. Adam's going to take a look now, see what his permethrin is made out of. But yeah. So yeah, thanks for stopping by, guys. I will, like I said, I got a video coming out tomorrow. This is a short kayaking video. Done a little bit different because I did it with the phone. And it was kind of windy, so I couldn't really film a whole lot. Everybody's starting to say goodbye. So thanks for watching, guys. And uh-oh, I can't even leave a chat there. It's still frozen. Take care, everyone. All right, cool. All right, so thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you in the next one. Watch for the video for tomorrow. If you guys like kayaking, there'll be, like I said, there'll be one there. And then got some hiking videos coming up. So, hopefully this works. Hopefully I can turn this off. All right, have a good one. See you in the next.